Far across the world, in Eastern Asia, in the northern region of India, lies the state of Nagaland. In a small village called Sitimi, near Kipire district, there was a family. Altogether, they were 7. The father's name was Shetsao, and the mother's name was Vikeli. This couple had 5 children. Their eldest, a daughter named Chuli, followed by their eldest son, Ivito. Then came Alitoli, Shikito, and their youngest son, Oketo. Believing their family was complete, they decided to have no more children. One day, the siblings were outside, playing a game of church, just like they had seen adults do. They were all between the ages of 10 and 13. Julie led the game, praying as if she were in a real service. Though it was just a game, her prayer had a maturity that surprised everyone. She prayed with a heart so sincere, unaware it would be her last time with her family. As the sun set, they grew tired and headed home. But suddenly, Julie collapsed. Their parents rushed to her side, desperately trying to wake her, but it was too late. Julie, the beloved eldest sister, had left this world. Her siblings cried out her name, but she was gone. Their complete, joyful family was now broken, left with only 4 children. After this loss, their parents held firm to their decision not to have any more children. But 7 years later, God sent them a message through a messenger, saying,
"A new child is coming to your family. Receive him joyfully and welcome him to your home."
The couple took this message as a divine gift and waited patiently. Soon, Vikeli became pregnant, and on November 30th, 2002, she gave birth to a son. A month later, they named him Ano, a name chosen by his youngest uncle, Toivi. Ano was extraordinary. Unlike the other children in the village, he learned to speak early and could call his mother's name clearly. By 7 months, he was already walking, amazing everyone with his strength and spirit. One day, while working in the distant fields, Vikeli fell seriously ill. Shetsao saw her struggling, lifted her onto his back, and began the long, hilly journey home. But when they arrived, it was too late. But before Vikeli passed away, she spoke her last words to Shetsao in a prophecy. She told him,
"You will find a new wife after 7 years."
And with those words, she took her final breath, leaving her family in deep mourning. Little Ano, only 7 months old, was still dependent on her, crying out for her milk and her comfort. After her death, Ano stopped calling for his mother. He cried day and night, lost without her. The family was so poor that they could only afford to give him black tea instead of milk. Ano's life became filled with sorrow. There was no one who could soothe him like his mother had. His sister Alitoli stepped in, taking on the role of a mother, but even she could not quiet his tears. One night, as Ano cried loudly, Alitoli took him outside to their mother's grave. She held him close and whispered,
"Mom, please wake up and wipe his tears. I can't do this alone. He only wants you."
Later that night, Alitoli had a dream. She saw herself in a field under a dark sky surrounded by corn and other crops. Ahead of her, she saw her mother, holding a small lamp. Alitoli cried out, running to her, and hugged her tightly.
"Mother, please come back. I'm alone, and I can't take care of Ano like you did. I need you."
Her mother gently replied,
"No, my child. I'm giving you the responsibility to care for him."
And with those words, she disappeared into the darkness. From that moment on, Alitoli took on the responsibility of caring for Ano with all her heart, but life's hardships continued. Due to a situation, Alitoli had to leave the village. She went to Dimapur. Their brother Shikito stayed with their uncle Toivi, leaving Oketo as the only one at home to care for Ano. Their father, Shetsao, would leave for weeks at a time to work in the jungle, cutting trees to support the family. With his family spread thin, Oketo alone cared for Ano. Sometimes when there was no rice, he would cook corn to feed him. When Oketo went to school, he had no choice but to carry Ano on his back, as there was no one else to look after him. Through many struggles, Oketo and Ano's bond only grew stronger. This story isn't over yet. There's more to come in the next part. So stay with me by subscribing and tapping the bell icon to stay updated.